Good morning, people. This is a short tutorial on dividing decimals. Look out. Pretty tough, but we're here to make a tough problem a whole lot simpler. Check out these examples. These are some of the things I need you to think about while we're working through this today. Class, we know that 4 divided by 2 is 2, right? Well, what if we change our dividend and our divisor by multiplying both of them by 2? We're going to end up with 8 divided by 4, which is 2. Now what if we change them a little more and we multiply those times 3? Well, we're going to get 24 divided by 12, and the answer to that is 2. Well, that's an interesting pattern. Basically what that means is, if we use the same number to adjust the divisor and the dividend, we're going to get the same answer every time. Keep that in mind as we work today. So here's the problem we're going to solve first. 21 7/10 divided by 7/10. Well, that is a tough problem, but we can make it so much easier by changing the dividend and the divisor by using a power of 10. And what that does is it basically moves the decimal point and makes it look like a problem we already know how to solve. So check this out. 7/10 times 10 is going to make that 7. It's going to basically move that decimal point over. Boom. There it goes. Now we know because of our pattern, we have to do the same thing to this guy. So I'm going to multiply times 10, and it moves that decimal point one spot to the right. Okay? So let's rewrite our problem. We essentially ended up with 7 and 217. Don't forget our decimal points back here. Our first step is to move that thing straight up and place it where it needs to be up on the division bar there. Now, you have 2 seats on a bus and 7 people. Are they going to fit? Not a chance. But what if you have 21 seats? Can a group of 7 get in there? Can 2 groups get in there? How about 3 groups? You're right. 3 groups exactly. Right over the 1. 7 times 3 is, that's right, 21. 21 minus 21 is 0. And you know what happens next. Drop that 7. 7 seats on a bus, 7 people. Will they fit? Yes, they will. That group will fit exactly 1 time. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 minus 7 is 0. Nothing left to bring down. Our answer looks reasonable because 7 times 30 is 210, so we're close. Remainder is smaller than the divisor. I think we're done. Now what is our answer exactly? Well, if you look carefully, we have a decimal point there. Our answer is exactly 31. And if you want to be specific, it's 31 and 0/10, or 0/100, or 0/1000, and it just keeps on going. Okay, let's look at a second example. Oh boy, this one looks a little trickier. But basically we're going to take a tough problem and make it simpler. Now we have to move that decimal point all the way over here to make that something that we recognize. So would we multiply times 10? No, we'd multiply times 100. You're right. Times 100 would bring that decimal point over 2 places. Once, twice. There it is. It's right there. And if we do it here, we have to repeat that work once again. Times 100. And let's count our steps. Once, twice. Right there. Okay? Now I like to fill in any empty gaps with a 0 just so we don't lose our place. Alright? And remember, take that decimal point straight on up so we don't lose it. There it goes. Okay, so let's rewrite our problem. It's going to be, looks to me like 1,690 divided by 13. Let's carry on. Here we go, people. Are you ready? All right. 16 seats on a bus. Will 13 people fit in there? At least one group of them will. Let's put that 1 above the 6. 13 times 1 is 13. 16 minus 13 is 3. Drop a 9. 39 seats on a bus. Will 13 people fit in there? Yes. Will one group? Yes. Will two groups? Yes. Will 3 groups of 13 people fit on that bus? You bet they will. 13 times 3 is 39. 39 minus 39 is 0. Looks like we have a 0 to drop down, don't we? Let's go ahead and drop it down. 0 seats on a bus. Will 13 people fit in there? No, they won't. What's 13 times 0? 0. Anything else to drop down? Nope. Does the answer look reasonable? Well, 13 times 100 would give me 1,300, so we're in the ballpark. Don't forget to bring that decimal point on up. Our remainder is smaller than our divisor. I believe we're done. Now, what is our answer exactly? Well, there's our decimal point again. That looks confusing, but it's actually correct. Our answer is just plain old 130. But if you want to be specific, you could write it as 130 with that decimal point there. 130 and 0 tenths, 130 and 100 tenths, and so on. There's our answer. Now, don't forget to check your work. You always multiply the divisor times the quotient. Should give you the dividend. That's all for this morning. Thank you. That was dividing decimals, how we make a tough problem simpler. Thank you.